You're still tuned to Plus TV Africa, and the program is Today with John and Helen. Next with us on the program is Tara Ajibulu. Tara is producer, Breaded Life, and she currently heads admin and operations, BESTAF Technologies. Tara, you're welcome to the program. So good to see you.
Tara is on the battlefield.
So good to see you.
Tara says she's not a friend of the cameras.
No, I'm not.
Oh my God.
Not really, no.
Okay. You know where you've got so much to share. Yeah.
Well, I'm learning that now.
So from time to time, you need to become the friend of the camera.
It would seem so, yes.
Okay, great to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. John, you have a first question?
Yes, I have a first question, but first I want to thank
For still staying with us.
for remaining with us on this segment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there's a purpose for that.
Yes.
Because we hardly have two people at once
together.
sit together.
Unique,
So
aren't we?
we
Special
will
edition.
unravel. We shall unravel that in a minute.
And we're making a mark as well.
Yes.
Making a mark. Oh.
Making a mark.
Yeah.
Making a mark is one thing, and keeping the mark high is another.
Yes.
Could you kindly advise us on this?
Making a mark is, I believe, something everyone thrives to do in every walk of life, career, business, whatever people set off to do. You go off to do it. I mean, if you know the purpose and you have a goal and a vision for why you're doing it, the goal you have in mind is your mark that you want to make. So making a mark is the reason why she's a filmmaker. Like she said, it's a ministry for her. And maintaining, sustaining that mark requires hard work. It's knowing why you set off and remembering your whys to ensure that you can sustain the quality of work that you do, to make sure that you can continue to churn out that quality of work you've started off with anyway. So I believe that's how you can sustain or keep a mark, yes.
Okay. It was almost impossible to separate you at the beginning of the show.
Yes.
We almost had a battle.
Yes.
So tell us why.
I am very grateful to Biodun and my business partner, Kayode Shoade. I've always wanted to make film. It wasn't like a thing that I said, oh, I'd really want to have a career in filmmaking. Not necessarily. I just seen so many films and I thought I could make a film. And and I thought, oh yes, it would be good. And I want to really take my time and make one that will be remembered for a long time. So I'd seen Biodun's work. I've been following her work since Ovi's Voice, which is one of her first films. I always say Ovi's Voice first, but apparently The Visit was the first one. And I'd seen, whenever I see her name, I'm like, I must watch this film. So naturally, when myself and my partner decided, or more like when he had said, Tara, we're making this film, I said, who would I think of? And I just sent her a DM, Instagram. It was just, I wasn't sure if she would respond. I wasn't sure if she would see it, because I imagined her DM would be full of random messages. But I've been following her for a while, maybe left a few comments on her posts, and she responded.
So how was that for you, Biodun?
Because I've gotten quite a number of messages.
Yes, that's what
but
I
it was
imagined,
it was
that
a
in a
very.
sea of-
But she didn't say much. Just said, I want to make a film with you.
Okay.
So if you want to make a film with me, I would respond, because I get a lot of, I want to act in your film.
Okay.
And so this is a different conversation.
Yes.
And I remember I said, how? And
I don't even remember the conversation.
Yeah, I think she said
because she was
how.
positive, I just thought, okay, we're going.
and I said, how? And that's how we took up the conversation.
You know, this is huge for me, because I have a young son who wants to do something, some success in the industry, and a few times he says, I'd like to have a conversation with this person. But there's so many people chatting the guy. How would he pick me out? You know, what is it that I would say? Yeah, an input on his, that will make him, you know, and this is, so you need to really be specific.
Yes.
I want to make a film with you. And that got her attention, because that's what she's about.
She's just telling me for
Filmmaking.
the first time. I didn't even know that was one thing.
Wow.
I mean, yeah.
Wow.
We learn every day.
Oh, yeah. I
And
believe so.
you've made it look so simple,
Mm.
right?
But the
It's not,
courage.
but you see, it's not, I wouldn't say it's simple. There's courage, and, you know, I believe there are people who have. So I do a lot of, I spend a lot of time on LinkedIn. So you find people telling you, oh, always, you know, try and talk to recruiters. And you may send 100 messages to recruiters, and they may not say anything. And you may say, and then just one day, maybe one you sent like a week ago, somebody might say, oh, all right. You know, I mean, there are ways to go about it, I guess, but not stopping is the first step.
Wow.
Not sometimes I'm not always as bold, but I guess on this occasion I was
You were.
willing to. I was like, I'll do it. If she says no,
At
on to
least
the
you know
next.
you've
I mean,
tried.
I'd written down some names of people that I probably have not even followed, didn't know anything about them, but I was very hopeful
Great.
in this in this regard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you just said now, it's taking us to the next area of focus. In a predominantly virtual world, you know, where we found ourselves, what are the parameters for measuring success? Anyone can take this question, really.
Virtual world measuring success. I'd say based on the outcome of what you do. First of all, there's perspective. There'll be, depending on what you've created, people would measure your success. That's one. So let's talk about film, which is what we did. The acceptance of the film, the reaction to the film, which is the product. So you make a product, you put it out into the market. What's the demand like? And if the demand is high, it means there's acceptance of the product. People want it, definitely. So you can say it's been successful. There would be other measures of, you know, internally, how did you maintain costs? Were you able to, you know, regain your costs and exceed? Did you meet your expected return on investments? There are other things like that. But the first thing is, what's the acceptance and what's the demand like?
Okay.
And Biodun, I'm sure she has something else
Yes,
to say.
she should.
Maybe to formal.
I think that to answer the question of in the virtual world,
Yes.
it's really difficult to measure using that because now we are selling perspective. We're selling to people what we want them to see. So I'm not sure how. I feel like it's not a deep enough way to measure success because you just sell what you want people to see. Some people are not as successful, but you assume that they are because that's what they've been selling from the get-go. But you would know if your product, is successful. And sometimes success is not measurable to ROI, like return on investment. Success is measured, like she said, acceptability. You might make a product, you might not make so much money. However, it doesn't mean that the product is not successful. It's just that maybe in the time and the season when the product was released, it didn't work in the favor of the product. However, people accept the product and people are looking forward to still engage, with the product.
Yeah, and you see that question was actually deliberate because you will find that within a short period of time or with very little effort, people are counting their pennies. So content, quality, and all of that hardly matters anymore in this virtual world. So it's like, oh, we're in such a hurry to drive that Range Rover that you talked about earlier. And people in the virtual world, are no longer paying enough attention
To the realities of life.
what the essence of the effort is, So that question was deliberate, yes? Helen?
It's almost everywhere, We have been crying for a long time that the society gravitates more towards the rich and the affluent, irrespective of where they got those riches from or how they got there. And I think it's almost the same thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I'm mostly excited this morning. I'm seeing two sisters sitting together.
Don't
Yes,
go
don't go away.
there. Don't go there,
Please
Helen.
sit down there and just don't say a word.
Don't go there, Helen.
Because one of the things that a lot of people think wrongly is that ladies are not interested in the success of each other, that we're not in the forefront of helping. A fellow woman, please talk to me. See them now. Eh?
Collabo.
Hey,
Hey.
for me.
Sure.
I think that when Tara reached out to me, I'm very weary about collaboration because I'm always I'm a very strong personality, and why you shake your head?
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm a very strong personality, so I'm always worried about, are we gonna butt heads, but Tara is really so calm that even when I'm raging, she's like,
Okay, so
when
you
you
rage
finish,
too.
oh yes. I watched an interview. She called me a lion.
Yeah. My God. Yeah. She's on set. She's a force.
She
She needs to be.
Yeah, and there's one thing I appreciated. So you watch a film and then you think, oh, why is this person behaving like this? So when I saw the whole process, I'm like,
Okay.
it does take a lot to keep it all together. So
Yes.
she does rage, and I'm trying to imagine as she's described me, how would I rage? My raging is not always nice because it's, if you're always
imagine.
quiet, when you're raging, it's like, can't you all just see? That,
Yes.
hello, but
Yeah.
but I guess what worked in our favor. I mean, our personalities did not clash. First of all, we didn't know that. But then there's also intelligence in knowing that if you are trying to reach a goal, even when somebody is at a peak and something is happening, even if I could rage too, there is wisdom in knowing there could be a reason why this is happening. So step back and just chill and wait and ask what's going on.
Okay. So I debunked a myth.
What's going on? It's very
Right
possible. It's wisdom. It's control as well.
Yes.
Controlling your own self to say, okay, I could be angry too. But knowing that, okay, we won't make a headway if we're both angry now. It's not as if we are the ones annoying each other. Or you think quickly, did I say something to upset this person? If I don't think I did, okay, it could be something else. So let's not jump into conclusions. Yeah.
Okay. So what next from the two of you?
We are working on a series of new other projects.
Yeah.
Okay.
Working on something real soon. And,
Yes.
but Breaded Life was really good. I'm very pleased with Breaded Life.
Yeah, she asked me this morning if I'm happy, and I said, "Are you happy with the film?" Because for me, when we started collaborating, I always said the happiness was important
Yes.
to me. I was one with the idea. They had the money, and the ideas will always exist. But I wanted us to keep working, and so, just the fact that they are happy with the collaboration, it means that definitely we are doing quite a number of projects together.
I'm happy for both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As a matter of fact, I think I see a lot.
Coming through.
I see a lot happening. Between both of you. And the only thing I can ask you now is, now that you're up the ladder, what are you doing to help other people climb?
Quite a
lot,
lot.
actually.
Quite a
I
lot,
believe.
actually. Yeah.
No, there's plenty room to drag in
Of course, yes.
more sisters and more
There is.
brothers.
Always.
Thank God for brothers.
I said that quietly because I knew he was going to come on.
And I mean, she does a lot of projects,
Okay.
series as well. And I think I've noticed something about her series. She tends to have new faces, giving people chances.
Giving people a chance.
Yeah,
and
giving
that
people
is where we're
chances.
going to wrap up this session.
Giving people chances.
today.
And I think somebody was asking us a question or me a question. There are young people you see that have smartphones now. They all want to act. Some of them have sent me DMs, and I go on their pages, and I'll see they do like monologues and so on. And I don't think they should stop. They just never know who's watching.
So, you never know who's watching, and that will be a way to sign off on the program.
And a final word
But
from
first-
you, quickly, if you have something to say.
I think I'll let her say the final word because
Okay,
I said
she
mine
has.
already.
She already did that. All right.
All right.
Thank you so much, both
Thank
of
you
you.
for having
It's
us.
been a great time with you on the show this morning.
Thank you.
And John and I probably will be thinking, we're having our private conversations to see how we can probably join the success team. Yeah?
I'm sure
Yeah?
you guys are already a
Are
success.
you confessing?
We're already what?
You're already a success.
You,
Amen.
She said that there's no ceiling.
Amen.
There's
Yeah.
no ceiling. You shatter the ceiling and keep
Only
Enter the
ceiling.
ceiling. All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very
I
much
wish
for
you the
having
very
us.
best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So next,
There's a frog in my throat, John.
Yeah.
So let's go on a quick break.
We'll take a break.
Come back, and Pharaoh, is on the show. Pharaoh is our wellness
and
and
fitness.
fitness. She's not a wellness and fitness. She's our lifestyle segment host, and she has a great guest coming on the show later. But before Pharaoh sits on this seat with our guest, we will go do some exercises, won't you?
Yeah.
All right, so let's check it up. Stay with us.